I'm putting you in the hypothetical situation, and here you go. So, if you were a bird, what would you do, or what would you think? Think on it. Alright, take your time, and if you find some interesting, entertaining and captivating answers, so please write down below in the comment section. I will love to see your lovely, beautiful answer. So, let me tell you what I would think. So, if I were a bird, I would think like how monotonous these people are. They can sit, they can stand, they can walk, they can run, but they can't fly. How sad. Why don't they fly? How cool would that be if we could fly together in the sky? So this is my hypothetical or imaginary answer on this question. Hey everyone, this is Megha and you're watching English with Megha. अगर चैनल पे नए हो तो लाइक, सब्सक्राइब और कमेंट किए बिना नहीं जाना, please. Alright. So the reason behind giving you a hypothetical situation is to understand the use of would in conditional sentences. Yes, so basically in this video we are going to learn how to use would in conditional sentences. Alright, but before that let's understand what is conditional sentence and how it works. So conditional sentences are statements discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences. And in conditional sentences, there are two parts, or you can say we can divide it into two parts. First one is conditional clause, often referred to as the if clause. Alright, when I say if clause, that means that sentence starts with if word. If मतलब अगर ऐसा है तो वैसा है, अगर ऐसा होता तो वैसा होता, अगर ऐसा होता तो कैसा होता. Are you getting my point? I mean, there are some situations where we apply some certain conditions. Alright, so that is called conditional sentences or conditional situations. And the second part of conditional sentences is the main clause. Yes, we call it as main clause, where we use the modal verb would. So if a certain condition is true, then a particular result or consequence happens. Alright, so this is the concept of conditional sentences. Here I would like to bring one thing to your attention, that use a comma after the if clause when the if clause precedes the main clause. Yes, मतलब अगर if clause पहले आप लिखते हैं सेंटेंस में, जब भी आप कंडीशनल सेंटेंस बनाते हैं तो if clause के ख़त्म होने के बाद आपको comma use करना है. That is mandatory. Here I would like to tell you that there are different kind of conditional sentences. Yes, but when we use would, the modal verb would in conditional sentences, so that is called particularly second conditional sentences. Alright, so whenever you see any article where you see written second conditional sentences, so you should immediately understand that this article is talking about using would in conditional sentences. Now let's see in which circumstances we can use this concept. So they are useful for expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic and will not likely to happen in the future. Now let's see the correct way to structure second conditional sentences. So always remember, whenever you make second conditional sentence, always use simple past tense in the if clause. Alright, and in the main clause we are supposed to use auxiliary modal verb would. This is the most common mistake we make while speaking or writing, that we use simple present tense or the first form of verb while making second conditional sentence. Hence we use this structure while having conversation with somebody or someone at present moment. So we think that we are supposed to use simple present tense and we get confused and we make mistake. But I think from now you are aware about this concept and you are not going to make this mistake again. Now this is the time to have some examples so that we can understand in better way. Alright, so first one is, if I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. if I won a lottery, I would travel around the world. Again, these are not real situations. They all are imaginary situations. We are assuming. These are hypothetical situations. Similarly, you can use, if you were a prime minister, what would you do? So this type of sentences come in second conditional sentences. And remember, you are supposed to use auxiliary modal verb would in main clause and second form of verb in the if clause. These 2 points are very important when you create or when you make second conditional sentences. This is all for now, and if you want to have a good grasp on this concept, so don't just watch. Please, this is my humble request. Create, assume some hypothetical situations where you can put yourself and pen down your thoughts, imaginations, and use while having conversation with someone. And this is how you can do your practice and you can feed your brain permanently with this concept. Alright? I'll meet you in next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.